Hey, welcome back. I'm back. Another episode, episode of this MuddaCluckin podcast. Right. I'm your host, B to the E, the A to the N, all things funny, all things life. Now, I want to let y'all know that I got a good friend of mine. He's out there busy doing it well, doing it tight, unlike any other. An amazing actor, amazing individual, amazing friend, amazing brother. He's a brother from another mother, but he's my man. Joe HURSLEY is in the house. He's gonna come on. Let you see how my man look. This is my dude right here, Joe HURSLEY. Check him out, actor extraordinaire, Joe HURSLEY. Check this brother out. Woo. Bam! I'm telling you right now, my man is on point. This is my dude right here. I'm gonna bring him on. Bring him on. Let's bring him in here. Brother Joe HURSLEY in the house.
Hey, buddy. I wasn't 100% sure you're going to be starting the show with like handsome and handsome. It's just a lot of, but just right
man,
through the gate.
That brother smooth, man. He's funny. Yeah. He's a thespian. He's a good man. He's a father. He's a good father at that.
The main thing is,
it's the heart, man. Right. It's the heart. It's
okay.
The heart.
Everything else can get shot down.
Right.
The heart remains. Oh, hey, that's nice and shiny. See ya.
Now I have to try to. I want to show this clip because this is one of my favorite clips. So it's a funny clip. Let me see.
Breakfast sausage.
Delicious and packaged with nothing to hide. No secrets, just like our family.
Well, there is one. Folks, I'm not your grandma. Just a handsome, kind-hearted drifter who wandered in years ago and stayed for all the yummy sausage. Feel bad about lying.
Nap time.
I got it. Seriously? I feel like I just woke up.
Fully cooked Johnsonville.
And you amaze me with your skills. Not just your acting, but your comedic skills, man. You well-rounded.
I mean,
you like De Niro
sausage.
Carey.
I'm plugging sausage. De Niro Carey. I'll be anywhere in between that sandwich.
Like I said, this is all about having a good time, man. I got a couple questions to shoot at you.
Shoot me. How you been, Dean?
Man. So I understand you're not only an actor, but you're an artist in every right, in every way, because you build like fun toys and games for your kids, man. How do you come up with these ideas? Because I'm always seeing something that's so amazing. You have two twin boys, and you're always getting them ready for another amazing day.
Man, I like to, that's just what's showcased. That's on that side of the lens because it's important. It's important to say, what can we do today to tune into the inner child? And along that road, I also have to be mindful of, I'm trying to be a father, not just a best friend. So that's a line I'm constantly trying to find out how to navigate. But they do all the work. They wake up and they're ready to hit the ground running. So if I can get on their level, it's going to be a good start to the day. Now, if I stay at that level, and they just start grinding, that's when I need to tell myself to take a break. Let's cook some breakfast. Let's get a second, maybe third wind. Man, I'm just trying to hold on to the ride,
you're doing a good job holding on. You do of two boys. Can you imagine being a father of two girls? I think that would be bad.
No.
It would be bad.
No, we've talked about having more. And and what's what comes into the conversation is, what if it happened again? What if we had twins again?
Yeah. It can happen because
I met a guy who had two sets of twins, a boy and a girl. 5 years later, had a boy and a girl as well.
Again.
Yeah. And what's funny is I we connected, because when you're a father of twins, you know, or someone of, you see, even a new car, you know, you see
Right.
that same car, you're like, oh
Right.
man, we got to, you know. But twins, when I'd run into another parents of twins, I'd always, it was just like we got in right there, and
That's true.
and so we connected about the twins, and then I saw on Instagram, I was like, it's been several months. I was like, wow, he must be posting some throwback pictures. And come to find out, I was like, well, huh, whose twins are these? I texted him and I said, bro, did you have twins again? I mean, that's how he's like, my wife wanted to just give it a try. We had no idea we had twins again. So he had his 5-year-old kids holding the new twins. So at least he'll have some help this go around. But yeah,
That's nice. That's nice.
That'd be kind of cuckoo. 2 sets of twins.
That would
Right?
be. That would be. Now at the top of the show, I was meant to throw out your credits because you are accredited, not uncredited, accredited actor.
You know,
credited.
I have credit.
Credited.
I have creditors. I have creditors coming after
not
me.
creditors actor, but accredited actor.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah. Movies such as Accepted, Resident Evil, Fast and the Furious, and one of my faves because I know you and my brother, Balls to the Wall.
I mean,
The
how
film.
do we meet? How do we meet?
Yes,
Let's
exactly.
let's get into that.
Right.
When's the last time you saw Balls to the Wall?
Man, I during the pandemic.
So today's Wednesday. Yeah, I saw it
It's still-
Saturday.
it's
I mean,
still going
I
on.
watch it Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday. So it's been a couple days. But that was the first time we kind of got into it, huh? You know,
Yeah.
you tased me.
I tased you. I tried not to tase you hard, but I got you good.
You
I
got
got
me,
you
and
good.
I don't want to say it was right in here. It was close, but
that one leg, that
you were
right leg doesn't
surprisingly
work right.
gentle. You were
I got you.
surprisingly
But I'm
gentle.
a good taser though. I'm a good taser.
Yeah.
I'm a really good
No,
taser.
my earliest memories were, I remember, first off, for people who don't know, Balls to the Wall is, we should give a little background because it sounds like
it does sound like a movie that kids shouldn't watch.
I mean, I'm talking about tasing. It sounds like a S&M film we're doing here. Balls to the Wall. It was directed by Penelope Spheris, who did Wayne's World,
Right.
and it's got it's got the overall blanket is about this guy who can't afford to pay for his wedding, and so his father-in-law, who owes money to the local kind of grifters and mob, who own this how do we say it, male strip club.
This club.
Yeah.
A club,
so
yeah.
he owes some money there, and in a long way around, I ended up paying for my wedding by working off his debt, and along the way, find out that I get in touch with my internal vagina, and I've got some natural moves. I'm kind of the everyman stripper.
Right.
So, you know, it's is it a story that's been done a million times? No.
No, it's very unique and
very unique.
The
Magic Mike would be the studio, polished up version.
Right. It's the more polished, more serious side of everything, you know.
But actually, talking about Magic Mike, Channing's wife at the time, Jenna Dewan, plays my wife in the movie.
Yes.
Kind of
yes.
I mean, did he get the idea from us?
Right, exactly.
Did he get the? Was he on set?
That's
saying,
right.
"Oh,
He got it from us.
Actually,
from what
it's
we
good.
did
It's good.
first.
Yeah, listen, it's called Magic Mike. No, it's not Balls to the Wall. Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
No,
yes. Channing Tatum's ex-wife, to be exact. Channing Tatum's ex-wife was your lady, your wife, your girlfriend, the one you were trying to impress.
Chris McDonald.
Chris McDonald. Yes, very talented.
Mimi, right? I mean, Shooter McGavin, right there.
Yeah, it was.
You know, so names.
Ybarra.
But then Dean. That's those names. But then we get into Dean Austin. How did we meet? So,
Right.
who am I
Dean
still
Austin and Joe
still
HURSLEY.
in touch with?
Exactly.
Who am I
After all
still in
these
touch
years.
with?
Yes. Yes.
So
We met.
you
You
go
know,
to
we're
you go to the gym, you learn how to do some curls, you learn how to do some curls. But years later, what exercises are you still doing? The push-ups.
exactly.
And that's where we're,
Right. Right. We're a staple of the exercise world.
Yeah.
They need us because
Yeah.
you can't do anything without push-ups.
Yeah.
You really can't. Push-ups is very vital.
But the metaphor of our friendship,
Yes,
that's
I
it.
agree. I totally
Push-ups
agree.
and sit-ups, baby.
Push-ups and sit-ups.
Getting down to the root.
I know
But
you. Like I said,
you play a cop in the movie. You play a cop in the movie, and you come get
Right.
me, and you take me down.
Take you down. But nicely. I didn't try to hurt you.
Nicely. I mean,
it's
it's
a little heated lot.
It's this.
You kind of lost consciousness for a half second. We brought you back.
And that.
But you
wasn't
good
even
word about it.
That's when we weren't even on set. That was over near Crafty.
That's going to the set, right?
I said,
that's on our way
where's
to
the
set.
camera? I said, where's the camera? And you brought me down. But that's why it looked real when we finally went to film.
Exactly. When they said action, we were ready.
Oh, did you get to keep the police officer wardrobe? Yes. Or was that yours?
No, they gave me. Was it mine? No, it was mine. Was it mine?
It was
mine
yours.
fit the best. Mine's fit the best. It was mine. It was mine.
Yeah.
Because it fit me perfect.
Well,
you know how when you get it, you go to wardrobe sometime and it's all sizes a little off. One leg shorter than the other, your belt's kind of short, things like that happen sometimes in wardrobe.
Well, you look so put together. I thought you were a real cop that they hired. A lot of times they have the real cops show.
Yes, this has happened to me, Brother Joe. I've actually been to Warner Brothers lot and I walked up and security was going to wave me through because he thought I worked there. And that project I actually booked. It was really weird. I went in there and they said, oh, go through. I said, no, I'm auditioning. He said, oh, I thought you worked for whatever it is, security. I said, nah. But that's how it happens. So
that's
I like
to
walk across the street. I like to walk across the street and stop cars.
Yeah, I mean,
they stop for me.
That's one of those that you could inject yourself into an investigation.
Yes.
2 months down the line, say I was actually just seeing how far I can take it.
Right. I need this uniform for casting.
These are my notes of the suspects. I don't know what to do with these now.
Right. But I do know where he lives.
That's how believable you are, though. What was the project?
Well, thank you, brother. I have to, I wouldn't say I'm a method actor, but I like to get into it, man. I like to dig deep. Like you're a deep digger. We're both deep diggers. When it comes to our art.
I got my mining hat.
Whether it's comedy,
I know,
acting.
I know where the cave is.
Dancing.
I know where the cave is. Do I have my axe? I'm not sure. But
Right.
I'm willing to go in and give it my all.
You're in there. You're in there. We met in the trenches.
Yeah.
When you meet in the trenches, you can stay with each other throughout the rest. Most of the time.
Do we always strike gold? No. Sometimes we're chewing on little tinfoil morsels, but we're there just to excavate the metal.
Little chiclet nuggets, right? Just real tiny, itty bitty chiclet nuggets.
And say thank you. Thank you. That's nice. But you know what, man? Truthfully, how many years ago was that? I'm trying to think. Balls to Wall.
2010.
That was 2010. Wow.
2010.
So
I remember because it was because filmed.
You were 18.
Yes.
You were 18.
We filmed on my birthday.
Was 17. That was crazy. That was so crazy.
We filmed on my birthday, brother. I remember it was my birthday.
Wow.
May of 2010. And now we're May 2022 coming up.
I mean, carry
I was 18 and you were what? 16 at
I
the
just
time,
turned 16.
Yeah. You just turned. Matter of fact, you just got your driver's permit.
I remember.
And that's why I choked you in the headlock because you was trying to drive. I said, man, you can't drive.
Yeah.
Not even. You got
And
to
you
get the
had
license.
you had that baton against my neck so hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And your tongue was hanging out, and you had a mark right here.
Oh man.
And the real popo came and said, "Good job, officer.
Good job." Yeah.
Good job."
And it's one of those things where it's like a lot of people can look at the path, you walk it, and sometimes you run it. You know.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You walk. You have to run it. If
So
you don't,
here we are. Here we are. How many? 12 years later.
right?
You're 28 years old.
Right.
World
You're
by
26.
the tail.
You're 26 years old.
I'm 26. This mustache makes me look 24.
Exactly. You look a little bit younger with the mustache.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
But what's really exciting, Dean, is here we have years later still stayed in touch. You've come to meet my kiddos. You know.
Yes. Uncle Dean comes through when he can, so you can see the little ones.
Well, you know, it's like everybody needs an Uncle Dean. You know,
oh,
I
thank you,
need
brother.
an Uncle Dean. I need an Uncle Dean. No, seriously, you're one of
I
the
have an
few
Uncle
people,
Joe, but you're an Uncle Joe too, to me.
I mean,
I have a black Uncle Joe. You're my white Uncle Joe, and I love you the same.
Ebony and ivory. Let me just put us together.
Chocolate Thunder, and White Lightning.
I mean, it's part of the same storm. You know, it's part of the same storm. It crashes, it rolls, it strolls. It is. But seriously, Dean, you've been one of the one of the people that I've met in this industry that I connect with that that has always had a great attitude about where you're at. Very grateful heart. I think it's important. It's important to keep that in perspective. I know that we all struggle as artists that, you know, if I get this, it's going to do this for my career, then I'll be happy. Or if I'm on a project, I'm looking for a project, it's a nonstop hustle, and it's hard, it's difficult to be in the mindset of, you know, looking back at your career just grateful for it all, because you're connecting the dots when you're looking back, but when you're looking for it, it's hard to know what's going to come next, and the whole process of it all is the challenge to remind yourself that this is part of it. I got to go through this. I got to navigate. I've got to try this out. Where is it going to lead? I'm not sure anywhere. This came from these doors opening up for years or not. You know, this person I met 8 years ago that was.
Yes. And I feel the same way about you, brother. I feel the same way about you. I look forward to coming to the set and actually working with you on the film, and just being in your presence and watching you do what you do and being as gracious as you are. And it carried on to, you know, afterwards. So I appreciate you as well, you know.
Man.
This we gotta.
I mean, that project, great. But this, you know, this is the stuff.
This is
you're not on your
it.
You're not on your deathbed. You're not on your deathbed saying, "Excuse me, come here." Where's the balls the wall DVD? Can you put it in? You know, you're not. You're gonna say,
right.
Excuse me, come here. Dean, will you get me some water? You're gonna say that. You're gonna be right there.
Exactly. That's so true.
Yeah. Truthfully.
Now I have a question. This is a good question. How has fatherhood impacted your life? Because when I met you, you had no children yet, and you know, we were both in. You were 16. You shouldn't. You were 16. You shouldn't. I was 18. I shouldn't.
I didn't need them at the time.
Right. So how has it impacted your life now that you're a grown man and a father, thespian, actor, and belly dancer?
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I had the kids when I was 38, and where's the okay? I mean, I can only live that charade for so long, because people are on board saying he was 16 when he had the twins.
Yeah.
So at 38 years old, having the kids, you're ready for the change. You're ready for the excitement. being a father, becoming a father was something I always saw on the vista. My heart wanted it. How it was coming about was unraveling and revealing itself. I never saw twins coming. I never, you get glimpses of your life. I never saw twins coming. So the fact that God put that on our plate to eat, natural twins was an exciting thing. It was overwhelming at the time. You don't really feel the blessing of it all. It's just so much information. How's it going to happen? But seeing my boys become brothers, best friends, at each other's necks, know what buttons to push, seeing them both just healthy and enjoying, the childhood that is unfolding. They're both progressing at the same level. All that has filled my heart. Beyond my wildest dreams, man. It's constantly unveiling itself. But I got to be honest. I there's a lot of times where I'm laying in bed and I say, what did I do good today? Because taking inventory of where I'm at, sometimes my patience can run a little down.
Right. Which is that's human. That's natural.
Yeah. It's natural, but there's just that part of you it's like you always want to be a better version of yourself. And I think as somebody who's trying to lead your tribe, you can't tell them to be patient if you're not showing patience. You can't tell them how to you got to live by example.
Yes,
Jesus
they learn from you. Kids watch you when you're not even aware of them watching you. That's the beautiful thing about kids. They pay attention to everything. And as they get older, you'll see this as time goes on, that they will bring up stuff that you didn't even know that they were paying attention to. And you'll be like, wow, I really have set an imprint in their life and in how they conduct themselves that I didn't even know. I mean, of course, you discipline them and you teach them to love one another and be good brothers and good human beings. But then once you see them take it to the next level and go, hey, Pops, check it out. Because I did that with my father. I've called him and said, you know what? I remember you said this, and now I'm understanding it. And that's going to happen. And you're going to be amazed by that.
Well, that's happened on a certain thing. Something I said 7 months ago, they'll bring up,
right.
And it's definitely, I try to be patient and get back into that mindset of like, we're talking about, something about heaven or something heavy for a kid to, and I try to, instead of, say the reality of it and kind of where they're at, I try to explore and give up a platform of like, so what does that mean? And how far down this rabbit hole we can go. But it's amazing. The kids say some of the most profound stuff. It's
they do.
They're the teachers in the relationship. I'm acting like I'm in charge, but I'm humbled by them. I've learned so much.
And you actually told me that.
Go ahead.
You actually mentioned that they're in school now, and it's kind of hard because you've always had them close to you, and now when you drop them off, you get a little tear in your eye, and you're like, "Wow, this is amazing." It's almost like them leaving the house, and you just I can't believe they're growing up and they're leaving me, even though you're picking them up at 2:30.
And one day you gotta do this. Here you go. Okay, bring it back. Bring it back around 10. Okay. One day you got to get the keys to the car. Yeah, this is they just started kindergarten, and it's like I share with you, it's the start of letting go. I know it's good for them. I know it's good for their spirit, making friends, learning, but it definitely tuned me into how grateful I am to have had the last 5 years with them. I'm very fortunate that this job has given me the time to be able to unplug and be there. I think the first 7-8 years of a kid's life is their formative years. 70-80% of their personality is so.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
That's amazing, brother.
for my time too. It's good for my time too. I'm starting to get a little of my rhythm back.
Nice.
So as much as it was hard at first, now it's like I got to pick them up already. Jeez, where's the time going?
It's 1:45.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Ah.
Can you keep them for 34 minutes, please? I'm almost there. The map quest says 34 minutes. My map says 34 minutes. Please keep them. No, that's amazing, brother. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Now everyone knows that everyone knows that you do, your films, you're great at comedy, you're a great actor, but you once told me, actually recently, that you were doing a film where you had to take somebody out. Like take them out. Like you had to pull it, you had to pull all the strings and just cut them. You had to take them out. How was that? How was that?
There's been a couple of project. I'm assuming you're talking about that film in Mississippi I did.
Yes, where you went out there and you said you were in the truck. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna put no spoilers. You were in the truck. That's all I know. And it was
the film is called Rumble Through the Dark, and it's got a whole great cast of people, but the guy who's kind of carrying the torch is Aaron Eckhart. He plays this. It's based off a book. He plays this guy who's kind of degenerate gambler, used to be in this bare knuckle boxing world, and kind of navigating through the Mississippi Delta and kind of all the bridges he's burned. And so I play this kind of shady character who owes money to, the powers that be, who kind of own all the gambling, the action in the area. And I owe money to this entity. And so does Aaron Eckhart's character. But I realized that if I can get him there, my debt will be erased. And so it's kind of an interesting, I'm just a little piece of the machine, but a real snake in the grass, snake in the grass. But we'll see how it all shakes out. It's the second film I've done with these brothers, Graham and Parker Phillips. Really smart guys, really very generous with, giving you the opportunity to kind of explore within, getting what's on the page and keeping you on track. But they've been great believers, as when you're known as something with comedy, it's you're very grateful. If you can do comedy, I feel like you can tap into a lot of other colors. But along the way, you can also get pigeonholed as, he's the kind of high energy friend, or the crystal methy looking this person. So every opportunity to explore what else I can pull out underneath the creative umbrella outside of just comedy has been a real gift. And the past few years, having a couple of these breadcrumbs they're not giant roles, but they're all, opportunities to explore more what's within. So we'll see how it all shakes out.
And the beautiful thing about it is you're a working actor, brother. That's no matter how many crumbs you eat or you find, you're still doing what you love to do and getting paid for doing it. It's just like myself with comedy, and of course the acting as well. But when you have that outlet to where you can say, I'm doing what I love to do and getting paid, hey, you're very successful, brother. Very successful. And and for all of you out there that's listening, the guy that stars in it is the guy from Batman, right? He played Batman.
He's been in a bunch of great things, but that's probably where people would know him a lot. He played Harvey Two-Face.
Right, Batman.
But Bella Thorne's in it, and this great character actor Richie Coster's in it, and a bunch of. There wasn't one bad performance. I mean, when you show up, when something is special. When something cuts through. When the truth is there, and every single person on a project got there, hopefully from talent, but it's not always the case. So when a whole whole production comes together, and it's like, wow, every single one of these performances is so truthful, and these people are so magnetic. Plus the script is good. Plus the DP is arranging these amazing shots. Plus it's such a team effort. You know when something's special.
Right. And that definitely makes you feel comfortable with going to work.
Yeah, and exploring, like, hey, I need to do my part to make this a story.
Right. Right. Definitely. I have to hold my weight, because if not, I will be the one that's that everyone say we should never have him back. Or let's leave this on the cutting floor.
Let's fast forward this part. Let's fast forward that part. Is he gone? There he is.
I don't like that guy that just stepped into the truck. We want someone else.
This is a great part if I don't look at it and I'm just listening.
Right.
If vocally,
just
I
don't
buy
look
it.
at the camera, Joe. Just don't look at the camera. Whatever you do. Matter of fact, don't look at your fellow actor. Don't look at him at all. Just stab and look away. That's all you do. Just stab and look away.
There's been a couple of those where you kind of, where you're always surprised. Like, wow, this is this guy's. You're supposed to be bringing your A game. You're in front of the camera. You've already got the role. You're in front of the camera. You're supposed to have your lines down. You're supposed to want to be connecting. And there's been a few times where I look back in my career, I'm blown away that someone's not taking it more serious. It's good to find the fun and have the good time along the way. But, at the end of the day, this is work, and this is exploring your craft. And, when someone's a professional, if you're having to beg someone to run lines, like, hey, they're just like, give me a second. And it's like, okay, truthfully, I'm always surprised. I'm like, wow, how did this guy get this job? Because it's not through that. I think it's, you got to have the hard work and dedication, because at the end of the day, man, it is a dream come true. It's following your dream. There's so much to that, but at the end of the day, it's work. It's being very grateful that millions of people go after this. They say 2% of the acting population makes a living doing it. 2% of the union. So you got your Rocks, your Tom Cruises, and then you have the people who you don't really know their name, but every time you see them, they're looking somewhere. The character actors you got, you're working, and then you got there's a tier to it. I'm just happy to be a bleep on the radar, but there's a lot of great people who've made a whole wonderful career just, shape shifting into different parts, picking up the breadcrumbs, making something out of, and they were prepared. They were prepared when the phone rang. They were there.
There you go. Now
this guy.
I have something.
What's this guy? This guy right here. Still waiting on that call, though. Still waiting on that call.
Now you such a nut, my man. This is what I call the RQT time of the podcast. RQT. Okay. Meaning random question time of the podcast. It's a random question. It has nothing to do with acting or industry, nothing. Okay. Random question. For $1 million. For $1 million, would you drink sour milk from 1976, or would you eat the head or suck the head off a balut? It's a Philippine. Let me send you a picture of it, sir. I want everybody to see what balut is. You can see this shot. Here we go, Joe.
Yeah.
Balut. So you have a choice, and why? Okay. 1976 sour milk, or eat or suck the head off a balut. Philippine I guess it's
now, part of me says I'd like to wash that balut down with a little swig of milk. But if we're talking about 1976 milk, we're dealing with some coagulation. It's probably going to be more of a crust that my saliva helps morph it into liquid.
Right.
I'm going to go with sucking the head off that balut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to, because that, I feel like at least I'm ingesting some real life. You know,
Yes, protein.
I've watched enough Bear Grylls to know, you know, it's just it's just getting through some of the texture.
Bear,
Most of the
I
stuff's
love
good for you.
Bear Grylls. Bear
Yeah.
Grylls, Bear Grylls.
What? Who? How did we?
Bear,
Tomato? What did we?
yes, potato.
Yeah. So yeah, I suck that head off right there.
Oh, good, brother.
What about you, Dean?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a good one. Now, I would probably do the balut also, because I feel like it's protein. It's actually, I don't like looking at it. I don't want to see the eye, the head. I don't want to go to bite it and it just winks at me. I don't want that to happen. But milk, sour milk, I don't know, man. Your body can't take it. Your body probably can take the balut much better than sour milk from 1976.
The milk's just dead. The milk's just dead. It's old and dead.
It's 76, bro. 1976.
I want to get
milk.
I want to get some probiotics, some life.
Right.
Get the circle going. Say I'm sorry, but you'll be with me forever.
Exactly. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and you buy some eggs and you find a chick and an egg. You feel really sorry for the chick and you toss it out, right? Most people don't just eat that chick. You're eating an egg anyway that was a chick or baby, whatever, embryo. But when you see the chick, you feel bad. You go, I can't. But if I had a choice, just like the balut, I would go with the balut. I'm with you.
Put them in just a little protein powder, some frozen strawberries. Just, I'm sorry, bud. Actually, it's just kind of tasty. All right, so we're on the same, Yeah,
we're on the same page. We're always thinking about our bodies as far as what we ingest. That's one thing about you and I. I know that because we've hung out many times. We talked about health.
My body is a temple. Your body is a temple.
Yes.
Do you have to sweep out the temple?
Yes.
Is there dust on the windows? Yes,
right.
There is. I think I need to start.
Right.
What is getting gunked up in here? I don't know, but I think we change some perspective.
Yes.
So it's constantly taking inventory, being honest.
Yes.
What more can I do? There's so much filter of knowledge of little things that you're trying to learn. What is the right news? What agrees with your body? It's it never ends, Dean. But just know, I get most of my health. You've always been a conduit for the stuff that works, because I say, geez, look at those biceps. No, I said, look at those biceps. You might want to ask him what he's doing. Right?
Well, it's definitely balut. I've never had it, but since we're on the same page, the reason I brought that up is because I just this guy that came by to work on my place, is Filipino guy, and he would say, you must try balut, and I didn't know what it was, and he showed me a picture, and I was like, wow, I don't know if I can eat that, and I thought that if I had to choose between the two, I would be on the same page with you with the balut. I think we would,
No,
which is amazing.
You got to get that guy on the podcast too.
Yes, get him.
Have him and PETA.
Right. Just bring them together.
Hey,
and him.
What's the deal though? Tell me on your background here. What's the deal? What's going on over there? Looks really nice.
What's that? The piano, the fireplace, this, that, and the other. Man, you got to come by. You got to come by, man. When you come by, I'll have a whole table. You know how they have deviled eggs?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a tray of balut. But you got to bring the kids by. You got to bring everybody.
Well, just make sure the place looks really nice, so we have a before and after. Okay?
For sure. I mean,
there's gonna be balut eggs on the wall, and we'll clog that place up.
You're a Texas native.
I am from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. No wonder we clicked. Dean Austin, Texas.
I mean, hello.
Okay, so
we want to be cruising back there sooner than later. That's kind of been the goal. Come out here and get everything going, and then head back to Texas. My mom's back in Austin. My brother, he's got a place that he opened up in San Marcos called Putt Pub. It's a
Nice.
mini putt bar. So mini golf and
pub. So
bar.
people drink and play the golf, the mini golf.
Yeah, it's cool. If you're ever down there, you got to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got
Putt
a sister back there, and man, California's been an awesome journey. It's been because the career has been out here. I feel like one good thing with the pandemic, so much is going online now with Zoom, self tapes, voiceover, all that stuff. It's like getting into rooms. As much as I like going in and being able to, have the opportunity to work a room or connect with people in person.
Right.
It's been a kind of a cool transition into, you don't have to live here to be doing it, which has always been the case if you have the right connections. But it's helped make me feel like, okay, putting LA in the rear view, actually making peace with that, saying I came out here to do a couple decades to really chip away to, make some crossroads and some introductions and do some work. And now I'm kind of going home to the homeland.
Nice.
With the mindset of I'm grateful for this. It got me this, but like I want my kids to be running through the creeks, having the childhood I had, and spending time with Grammy, and it's
Well, you go there. I come out to Austin. I actually been to Austin performing several times, and I love Austin. Austin is
Houston is okay. There? Where do you perform there in Austin?
I was on tour back years ago. I was on tour there. I was with another comedian, and we went from one end of the state to the other.
Did you do Cap City Comedy Club there?
I stopped by. I did Cap City a long time ago. Yeah.
I remember another one, the Velveeta Room.
Velveeta Room, Cap City, and colleges and bars, and you name it.
Yeah.
The whole nine, brother. Just plug in. Yeah. And the energy and the crowds were amazing. Yeah. Texas crowds are always great. They have a lot of energy,
Yeah. What'd you think of Houston?
Houston was okay, but I like Austin better. I like Austin, and I like what's the other one? San Antonio. And the reason I like the river, and it's just more laid back a little bit. Houston is bigger, and Dallas is supposed to be the city.
Yeah,
it's where, like, if you're supposed to, you think of Dallas when you think of the TV shows back in the day.
Mm-hmm. JFK,
yeah. So it's tough.
JFK. No,
JFK. Where are you?
JR was on the grassy knoll. What are we talking
Kennedy?
About here?
Was that JFU Kennedy?
we know our history. Okay, if you're asking about sitcoms and presidential car routes, we're your guys.
Right. Ask us any questions. We'll tell you exactly what you need to know. And before I get out of here and let you go, I want to ask you what kind of information or knowledge you can kick to the young thespians, want to be thespians, and up and coming actors and actresses that want to be in the business, because you came with a dream and a passion and you've succeeded. So what kind of advice would you give to the youngins?
Well, this was all given to me by you. No, truly, I'm going to be hopefully saying the same thing that my spirit knew, and it's taken a couple decades to find out. But I knew nobody when I came out here. Kind of had this vision of, but literally living in my van. Everything I own. Somehow I'm going to make it. And what I've learned is I think there's power in being naive. I didn't know the names of, William Morris and all this stuff. I literally,
none of those. Yeah.
I was, hey, is Mr. Williams there? Okay. What about Mr. Morris? It was like that. I was dressing up in a FedEx uniform, dropping off my demo reels at places. There was no right way to get in the front door. And I think whether I was going out every night karaokeing to try to get noticed, because I had a karaoke company back in Austin. I literally said, I'm going to do everything I'm capable of to make a splash and have fun along the way. And I feel like, fear, doing things that scare you, that's where your compass should be. That's where your compass,
Right.
if it scares you, you should be actively heading towards that. If you're wanting to be in the acting game now, it's like you can, this is, you can be making your own
Right.
films and churning out content. It's not like the old days where you needed to know somebody with the camera. Surround yourself with hungry people. Surround yourself with people that inspire you and are more talented than you. And just want to ride those coattails, baby.
Right. Hang on there.
Yeah, hang on tight. And you're not going anywhere. And
you make it, I make it.
Yeah. And no, but seriously, I've met so many people that you get along on some level, and then you guys create something, and it's fun. And if it's rooted in that, then only good things can come out of it. Whether you're learning how to edit or how to carry yourself on screen and work together within the scene, and then the taking it to, okay, I want to shop this around. How do I get it with networks? What did I learn from this meeting? All this stuff comes from having a product, and since you are the product, you're trying to find a truthful way to capture what you have to offer the world. So find your strong suits, find the things that you're really excited about that makes you unique, because every story's been told, but your story hasn't been told, and try to find a way to tell it. I haven't figured it all out. I just know you gotta come guns blazing, have a smile on your face, truly have it in your heart. Don't let anyone tell you can't do it. And just that's it. Have fun along the way. If 50 years go by and you say, I'm about to book the pilot. Yeah, you didn't believe though. You didn't believe me. Then I'd say, wow, 50 years, you hung tough.
Right.
50 years is a long time. I've been out here 20 years. The fact that I've had little successes along the way has helped me feel like, okay, those are breadcrumbs that will carry me through. Because a lot of people come out and they might not have it happen in the first 10, 15 years. So you got to be looking at the long play of, it's all happening. The time is now,
You
it's
have
not
to definitely.
It's not if this happens, then this happens. This is making it. When the world catches up,
Yes.
You feel me?
I agree. Yeah, I feel you, brother. And one thing you have to do is enjoy the journey, regardless of what happened. Enjoy the journey and don't quit. That's all you have to do.
I mean, Dean, let's be honest. I'm not a household name. You might be like, I know his face from something, you can listen. You can type in my name and find 20 years of projects, and hopefully something brings a smile. But bottom line is, look what you do. How many times you've been in a room? Is Dean Austin the household? Is Dean Austin does he deserve to be? Is his talent there? Yeah. But you've been in the room making a whole group of people crying, laughing. Like, when is enough enough?
Right.
You've made it.
Yes, you're
just
right.
Because that room wasn't in a Netflix special or in a, it's like you strip it down. It's like, look at, I've changed the vibe of this entire room. I've got people wiping, coming up after the show, say, that connection right there, that should be enough for your,
it really is.
Because if that's at the core, then you're on the right track.
Right. Some of the things I've heard from people that after shows or even years later that have come to a show is priceless. Money can't buy it. No amount of fame can buy what certain people say to you once they are attached to you through your art, which is amazing, which is really amazing. So yeah, you're 100% right, brother.
I know you're always writing stuff, but do you keep a journal of, like, tonight's show in Philadelphia was, was awful, but this person said this, and I met this guy, and tomorrow I go to
Yes,
Ohio.
I mean, I have.
Do you keep
It's
even
funny
just
because I do have that paper trail and
Yeah.
and on the computer as well. Yeah, I do. It's amazing. One of the instances was in Canada. I was in Canada performing, and this was like maybe 15 years ago. And the girl came to my show. It was a college. She came to my show,
Mhm.
and I went back to that same. I went to the same city, but to a comedy club. One was at a college where she was a student. Then she came to the comedy club, and she said, "You helped me graduate." I'm like, "Help you graduate?" She said, "Yeah, I was a senior in college, and we were having hard times. And remember, you did that joke about the dog stuttering?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "We would play that over and over and over again, and it would make us laugh, and it would motivate us to keep going just through laughter." And I was like, "Wow!" So
Wow.
I helped her graduate. I'm like, "Graduates? Yeah." It's amazing
Wow.
what people say. So
I
that's
mean,
it's
you know,
priceless.
if
It's
yeah,
priceless.
and that fills the soul tank of the stuff that we were talking about at the beginning of this, the stuff that really matters. You know,
Right, right.
it sounds a little cliche, but like really, if that's the feedback that the universe is giving you, then you
Right.
know the reciprocal love of you know, the universe saying, "Hey, thank you."
There you go.
Right? Yeah.
And with saying that, the universe has brought us together. So thank you. And
Man, thank
I
you,
got
Dean. And I hope we get to you know, I mean, I say this, but like we got to make something happen because I have so much fun with you, man.
yes,
We should put
yes.
our minds together and
We have to
but
because that project we did was phenomenal because we were together. Be
yeah,
honest, And I'm not
but
saying everybody, but like you said, everybody. It's all about a connection,
yeah.
and you're 100% right. And I can't wait to see my little kitties again. They
Uh,
big now, man. They're going to school.
yeah, you say the
They going
word.
to school, man.
Also,
That's amazing that they're going. Wow, wow.
I know
They
it's
were just tiny last week.
slow down. You don't need to grow up so fast. No, it's look at
They
this
were
one.
babies last week. Now they're running the schoolhouse.
Now look
See?
at them.
I know,
Already
really.
shaving.
Wow, they're nice.
Hey, Dean, brother, thanks for having me on. I
Hey, thank
appreciate
you,
it.
man.
I'm honored to be a part of it. Hopefully, we got a couple nuggets in there that you can
Oh
snip
yeah,
around and
oh yes, man. Always a nugget with you. You know how it is when we get together, even in person. So let's make that
yeah,
happen, man. And I got
let's do
mad
it.
love for you, man. And thank you so much for everything, brother.
And keep me posted because I want to go back and listen to. Sounds like you had some other cool guests on.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna start getting them out here, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Because I wanted to
Yeah,
get so many in the can before I get them out. So this is it.
yeah, chopping away,
So
baby. I'm
thank
proud
you,
of you,
brother.
Dean. I'm
Appreciate it.
proud of
Proud
you.
of you too, man. Keep doing your
Yeah.
thing, brother.
On the flip side, let's grab some tacos.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that. I come your
All
way.
right,
All right,
sounds
brother.
good.
All
All
right,
right,
peace.
Dean. Be well, man.
Tell the fam I said hello.
I will. Much love,
All right,
brother.
peace. Love you too,
All
man.
right, bye.